Me. Oh, we're live! Alright, so welcome back to the Northern Nerd Network. My name is Dan Schessel, and on today's episode, we have none other than our hostess with the mostest. That is Chelsea. Chelsea, say hi.
Hi, guys.
We also have, sitting beside me is my lovely wife, Trina.
Hello. Woohoo!
And we have our lovely, special, awesome guest from LGN, which is Lady Geek United or United? Unite?
Lady Geeks Unite.
Unite.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Chelsea.
Sylvia, say hi.
Hi.
We'll get it right one day.
Yes. So we will be talking about Lady Geeks later on tonight. But first off, I want to know how everybody's week was. So Chelsea, just by default, we always start with you. Chelsea, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty mellow, uneventful. On the posting that I'm working at for the school board right now on Fridays, we have a community outing to the pool, which is awesome. So that's always super fun. And I got a little sick with my long hair, so I chopped it all off on Friday night.
You look lovely, by the way.
And yeah, that's about it. Ran some errands on the weekend, did some laundry. Actually, I'm currently what you don't see, the other side of the camera. The entire, half of my bed, my queen-size bed that I don't sleep on, is a giant pile of laundry that I haven't folded yet. I finished it last night and was too tired, so just crawled into bed next to it.
It's just the wonders of video, right? You don't
Yeah.
actually see, you only see what you want people to see.
Yeah. Unless, you air your domestic failings.
You literally do
And
not
now
wanna
you
look
all
in this
know
room.
I'm terrible at laundry.
This room is such a disaster right now. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
It is. I got computers and just boxes and all sorts of just things just half put together and bins and yeah, it's kind of a mess at the moment.
Go team!
But not this corner.
But this is like the nice section of the room, and even if you look down a little bit further, it's like trash just all along this table here that you can't see. But
Because you work so hard to make the Nerdcast run for our
Yes.
loyal listeners and watchers out there.
Yes, that's it.
So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Sylvia, how was your week?
It's okay. I'm in the process of finding a new place to live, so I've been packing all of my stuff, which I started with all of my collectibles because they seem more important, and they have specific boxes and styrofoam and bags and things, so that made it more manageable. Next is all the comics, and I bought some more comic boxes so I can put all my trades and singles into boxes in alphabetical order, and that just seems overwhelming, so there's just boxes everywhere that I avoid strategically. That's been my week.
That sounds about as awesome as it gets. Because, I mean, right now, my comics are just starting to pile out of the boxes, and my wife really wants me to start cleaning them up. And she doesn't want me to buy any more boxes for my comics. She wants me to start getting rid of them. So, sadly. However, let's just keep moving on. Trina, how was your week?
It's okay.
Yeah?
Got the kitchen painted.
Yes.
No longer that color.
Yeah, our upstairs kitchen,
I only
for
have
those
one
of you who don't know, which is pretty much everybody who's watching the show or listening,
It was a lovely shade of lime green.
yes, it really was.
It was this color.
I loved it. I really wanted to do a lot of green screening in my kitchen for video stuff, but apparently Trina thought it was a bad idea, and she just put cabinets and things like that in there, and used it as an actual kitchen. However, she didn't like that color since we moved into this house, and she finally broke down and we painted it. We repainted it a nice shade of brown. So now it kind of matches more of the house as a whole. So, I mean, it looks It looks good. It
Yeah,
does. It looks like like a real kitchen, I guess. A little more.
Yeah, no, it's
Looks
good.
like
I'm
adults live here.
still putting it back together.
Yeah.
Still stuff in my room that needs to come back down.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
What
it.
about you? How was your week?
My week. Oh, hang on. I gotta go back to my notes again. Sorry. I had such a great weekend.
You were busy.
I
if
was
read the
very
notes
busy.
correctly.
Oh man. Okay, so first off, on Friday night, I got a chance to get down to Avalon Nights. Now Avalon Nights is on the West End, and basically it's just a place where you can go and you can play some various board games or some tabletop kind of games like Netrunner or X-Wing and stuff like that. And I love X-Wing, and so I got a chance to go down to Avalon Nights and play some X-Wing down at their store. And so for the first time in like, I don't know, months, I finally got a chance to get down there, and I was so happy to be there. It was nice to see all the people, because I mean, the X-Wing community is fairly small, and so I know pretty much everybody in that community, and they kind of jump to the different stores and different places to go play, and so it was nice to go and actually, you know, say hi to everybody again. So it was good to see them. And then on Saturday night, I got a chance to go and play a new board game, which was Blood Rage. Now, have you guys heard of this board game, Blood Rage?
No, I haven't.
I think it was done by Cool Mini or Not. So it's got these amazing miniatures inside this board game, and it's basically it's Vikings, and it's the end of the world. Ragnarok is happening, and it is like just death and destruction and battle and victory and glory, and it's just amazing. So you get all these little Viking clans that are competing for different villages and stuff like that, and so there's a lot of little fights and stuff like that happen during this game, and it was really good. I believe, like, if you go on to Board Game Geek, it's rated at 8.6 or 36, which is really high.
That is really high. Yeah.
So it is really good. I had a great time with it. It took a while for us to kind of get into the game. Like we watched a tutorial beforehand, and we kind of had an idea. So we kind of rolled into the first round, kind of stumbled along a little bit, but really the mechanics were fairly simple and straightforward. And once you kind of get into the game, you kind of start getting the strategies a little bit more. So about round 2 and 3, you really have it down, and it was pretty good after that. Again, it was just it was awesome. However, the miniatures themselves weren't painted, and they just scream, "Paint me, paint me." So they look amazing. So if you want an awesome game that has battling Vikings in it, check out Blood Rage.
With the potential for you to let out your creative, artistic side.
That's it. I don't paint my
hearing
miniatures.
voices from little people, you should be worried. If they start saying "paint me," it might be time to, well, just keep playing.
To get that checked out.
Yeah, I might have to go and get that looked at. I also managed to get. I traded a friend of mine. I had a board game that I haven't been playing like hardly at all, but he gave me his game, which is Battlestar Galactica.
Woohoo!
It's a good game.
I'm so excited. Have you ever tried this game?
Yeah, I've played it before.
We've had a chance to play it once over at the Tabletop Cafe, and I absolutely love it. I think it's a great game, and I'm so excited to actually own it now. So I need to find some people to go and play it now with. Trina's in.
Only if I get to be Starbuck.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Fair enough. Lastly, on my oh no, I have 2 more things. Man alive, I had such a
busy week.
It was weekend. It was like all packed in from Saturday to Sunday. Yeah. So, anyways, I've been working on a mission for Artemis.
That's right. You were telling me about this.
Oh,
I'm so excited for when you finish it.
I am like a quarter of the way now. It is. Trina helped me with a lot of the grammar because I am terrible with it. Apparently, I'm just awful with spelling and with
English.
So
English.
So Trina
Not
did
a
help.
strong point.
No. So Trina has helped me a lot with that part, but it is turning out really well. And yes, when you get back, Chelsea, we are going to have an awesome Artemis night. So I'm just looking forward to that. Also on Sunday, I had a chance to get to the podcast. There was a podcast meetup at Variant Edition that I got to go to, and that was held by. Oh man, I am just because I'm spinning this off. I didn't write her name down. Karen Unland. She has. Oh my goodness, some podcast thing. Anyways, what?
Just fucking.
Yeah, she has a podcast. She also has a thing that I was trying to plug here, and I totally didn't write it down. I don't know why I didn't write it down. So anyways.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
No, it's fine. I'll find out. I'll remember later. So anyways, I got a chance to go down there, and I got to meet a lot of podcasters, and it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Karen is such a nice lady, and it's such a great podcast meetup that happens, and it's happening once a month. So if you're into podcasting and you're into like doing this kind of stuff, it's probably something to go check out. Anyways, that's it. That's all. That's all I have. I swear. So Chelsea.
Yes.
You get the show now. All right.
Tag, I'm in.
Tag, you're in.
For the news, ladies
That's
and
it.
gentlemen. What has been happening around the news? All kinds of things, but as you know, we pick and choose the things that we like and find interesting and pass them on to you. That's how we do the news. So first up, I believe this comes to us courtesy of Trina, one that she found really interesting. So there is a company in Japan that has created shoes that close by wrapping around your feet. No laces, no nothing. They're like stretchy Velcro skin-like fabric that you crisscross and wrap, and then they stick on the back of the heel of the shoe. So they're completely flexible. If your feet grow a little bit, you don't have to worry about changing sizes. They stretch to fit your feet. They look really cool.
They do look really cool and comfy.
But the price tag is a bit expensive. I think right now the article says they're retailing for $185.
American,
They
probably.
just look like Velcro shoes. Like why would I?
Yeah, like what makes them so great? You know, like if you're just wrapping something around your foot, that doesn't need to cost that much.
Yeah.
Just give me a
It's
different.
cool because it doesn't matter how wide your foot is, it would still fit. It look cool.
If they made, maybe less expensive, but if they made them, I would have to do more research. If they made them in children's sizes, that would be the way to go. Because children outgrow shoes like ridiculousness.
I cannot. But I mean, still, I cannot imagine paying $185 for a pair of shoes that even I don't care if they last me, I don't know, 2-3 years. Because that's usually what I run my shoes at. Like I run my shoes to the ground. And the last pair I paid like what, $15 for the DCs there, and I still wear those. So I mean, I don't know. I cannot imagine spending $185 for these magical shoes.
Yeah, the issue, I mean, it'd be good for if your feet grew, but how long is the sole going to last for before it wears out?
Yeah.
You know what else grows?
And the Velcro. And it's Velcro. So, I mean, still, like, you know how that gets gummed up.
Alright, well, maybe not the greatest. Moving along!
But you know what is great?
They look pretty darn cool. Yeah, something else that's great. So this made the rounds on Facebook. It popped up on my feed, and this is really awesome. Pictures of the first official flower that was grown from seed to bloom in outer space. And they were worried, if you read the article, they were worried the plants had been overwatered and were like leaking moisture. It was seeping out of their leaves because there's not as much gravity to hold it all in there. So if you overwater them, it really is a big problem, to the point where their leaves got moldy. They were afraid they were going to lose the whole batch. But one dedicated astronaut decided to take it upon himself to try and rescue the flowers. And so they chopped off all the moldy bits and tried to dry them out with fans and over-dried them. The whole ordeal. So then they tried a little bit of water, and like magic, they got the amount of water right, and the flower bloomed, and we have the beautiful pictures to prove it.
Like this is just, to me, it looks amazing. Like,
Can you show that?
yeah, I can actually show this. Hang on, let me do this.
What's cool about this, and the reason that they've been working on this project, is the potential for sustainably growing things in space as they pursue manned missions to Mars. So is it feasible to grow food in a ship while they're traveling to Mars? Is that something that can happen? And so this is really exciting news that, yes, it is possible, one step closer to the feasibility of a manned mission to Mars.
They're gonna Mark Watney this shit.
Yes, that's exactly what the astronauts said. They were watering the plants after they over-dried them after being too wet wasn't on the schedule, and so he called NASA to be like, can I do it myself? Can I pull it out of my own water rations? And they were like, go for it.
Yeah, like this, it like some of the looking at the leaves, they're just all kind of tangled into each other, like, because the way they grow is so differently than it would be here because there is no gravity, right? It looks cool. Yeah, very awesome.
Yeah. We've got more exciting space news. Speaking of space news, our next news item on the list, astronomers out of Caltech have recently submitted a publication for review to the Astronomical Society, making a very strong case for a super Earth that exists in orbit beyond Pluto, which is really cool. Being so far out, being in darkness most of the time, they say, is the reason that it's been missed all these years. But after plugging in a lot of the data for other smaller bodies that they've found that have had anomalies in their orbits, plugging the data in to say there's another planet in the way that has this orbit solves all those orbital anomalies of all the other smaller bodies that they've known about for years. So that's sort of where they're making their case. They haven't, nobody's officially observed it yet, but there's a lot of strong circumstantial evidence to suggest that we've got another planet in our solar system.
Mm-hmm. Are they going to actually name this one a planet? Like, are they going to call it a planet?
Yes, they will, because of its size. It's called a super Earth because it's supposed to be 3 times the size of Earth.
Yeah,
slightly smaller than Neptune.
Too far out to be actually sustain life, right?
Well, it would depend. It's far enough out that it would be incredibly dark, which would mean that it's highly likely that it wouldn't sustain life. But nobody knows, right?
Yeah. It is something that's definitely interesting.
Well, the thing that I love is that it's such a reminder that, even our own solar system that we think we know and have explored and with telescopes and photographed with Hubble, and that we think we know so well, sitting in our own solar system is a planet that we had no idea was there, which just I love, because it gives credence to the notion that the universe is just so big and we know so little about it.
Now, my question, we do have, Pluto is back, right?
Is it a planet now?
Yeah, is it a planet now again? Did they reinstate that?
I think that might have just been a wishful thinking petition going around Facebook. I believe it's a
I was just gonna say,
planetoid.
you stated it. I thought they might have, but I don't think they have.
You can still believe in Pluto.
We need this. We need this. We lost our planet.
Well, aren't
We
they
need
calling
another planet to fill that void.
call it Plan 9? Or Planet 9? It makes me think of Plan 9.
Yeah.
Great.
That's what they got it named right now, right? It's
Planet 9.
Yeah, so it's like Plan 9 from outer space. That's amazing. That's the best thing. That's the best thing you could call a planet.
It's true. It really is. I'm in. That's where my vote is.
Well, and now from outer space back down to Earth. If you're looking for something a little more fun, not to think about questioning the size of the universe and how small we are in it, but really to sit back and enjoy and have a little mindless fun. The new trailer for the Suicide Squad has come out, and I must admit I have mixed feelings about it. The trailer in and of itself reveals some new action, which is kind of fun, but whoever edited the trailer has chosen to score it with Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm not quite sure if the content of the trailer is worthy of such an epic song. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it.
I love Bohemian Rhapsody. It is one of it is like literally one of my favorite like songs ever. And yes, it does seem out of place when you're watching the video. You're like, really? This is what you're going for? Okay.
Like Bohemian Rhapsody kind of has like lyrically it talks about like being cast out and all of that, and it's Suicide Squad, so they're like the bad guys being brought to like be this special team, so like it kind of makes sense, but it's still kind of weird because like the members of the Suicide Squad, they don't want redemption, they don't feel bad about anything.
That's the thing. The song is being sung in remorse.
Give zero fucks.
Yeah. They're not remorseful at all.
Yeah.
No, they really aren't. They're they're like crazy.
But music choice aside, the trailer's kind of fun. Like I said, it shows some new action shots from the movie, which are kind of fun. Yeah, all guns and explosions all the time. I really hope it doesn't devolve into Michael Bay-esque, all explosions and guns all the time, but I guess we'll see.
The concern is real.
It is, right?
The thing that I don't like is Will Smith. I just don't.
No, me neither. No, it's no good.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Because Will Smith is Will Smith.
yeah.
And we all know Will Smith from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and that's where he belongs.
Yeah.
He belongs in that realm. And no matter what we do, and no matter what we see him in, we will always refer back to Will being actually a good guy and being a nice boy.
No, I just don't think he suits that role at all.
He doesn't suit the role.
No,
Because he's Will Smith. And he's trying to break out. He's trying to be the bad guy.
Well, and like you know that he's gonna insist on like it's already in all the promo shots. He's not wearing the mask and everything, and he's like, no, because I'm the actor. Will Smith,
Yeah.
love me, and it's just like it's too much, man.
Yeah.
Put the mask on.
Yeah, because that's the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So many things. Only a viewing of the full movie will tell.
Well, I'm still excited because I think it'll be just a fun movie. I'm not expecting heavy plot. I'm not expecting some crazy plot twists or anything. I'm expecting people
You
who
want
are
to see
bad.
some bad guys blow some stuff up.
Yeah, and do it poorly. That's what I want.
Bad guys blowing stuff up.
Yes.
Sounds
That's it.
like a wonderful blockbuster movie.
That is all I need, and I'll be happy. All
Well,
right.
That's it. That's all, ladies and gentlemen, for this evening's news portion of the Nerdcast. Now on to the main event. Our most excellent guest from Lady Geeks Unite, Sylvia. Say hi.
Again.
So we're gonna chat and ask you all kinds of questions and have an awesome conversation all about Lady Geeks Unite. So I guess I've got one. I'll get things rolling. Like all good things nerdy, tell us your origin story, Sylvia. How did Lady Geeks Unite come to be? What spurred it?
And what is it?
Yeah.
What is Lady Geeks Unite?
So Lady Geeks Unite, it's the name of a group that myself and Andrea and another Sylvia, because Sylvias are cool like that, and Chris, we run together. That it's kind of like a monthly ladies' night at our favorite comic shops, and it kind of came out of, like, I used to work at Happy Harbor with Andrea, and we got connected online through this group called the Valkyries. It's a group of women online that kind of banded together. They're all a bunch of retailers and comic shops all over the world, and now there's over 500 members in the group, and it was started by Kate Leth. She's also a comic creator, and she started having a monthly ladies' night at her comic shop, and it was awesome. So then she told these other retailers about it, and then they all started their own ladies' nights groups, and it kind of came out of, like, a lot of us had experiences of, like, being girls that go to a comic shop. It's like, oh, you don't belong here, or you don't know enough about this, and having kind of these negative experiences that are totally unwarranted and unnecessary, and trying to get rid of that kind of feeling and making, like, hey, this is for chicks by chicks, so let's all be cool, and and that's fun. So Andrea mentioned it, and she's like, oh, the other Valkyries, these other retailers and comic shops are running these ladies' nights, and they're going really well. We could totally do it too, because there's so many awesome lady geeks in and around Edmonton. So why wouldn't we all want to, like, this is great, being on a podcast and interacting with people on the computer, but sometimes we can meet in real life, and that's kind of cool too. So we started the group, and it's just it's been almost 2 years now, and we do it on the first Thursday of every month at Happy Harbor. We've started some splinter events and stuff, like doing some book clubs at Variant Edition and some other get-togethers and stuff. So yeah, that's our dealio.
I asked you about your other get-together that we actually have up on our calendar at the moment. So if you want to go check out our lovely event calendar, we have that up at northernnerdnetwork.com. But yes, you have a board gaming night, don't you?
We sure do. On, I think it's February 4th. Yeah. Whatever, the first Thursday.
That's what I have in my calendar.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. Yeah, so February 4th at 7 p.m. at Happy Harbor, we're going to do a board gaming night, because it's one of our most popular events, is just to hold, like, a get-together of, like, come play board games. We usually do kind of smaller scale board games, stuff you can play in an hour or two, as opposed to, like, no one's playing Twilight Imperium, because that'll take, like, a day. It's a terrible idea for this kind of event. So we'll have stuff like Star Trek Catan, we'll have Gloom, King of Tokyo. Those are some of our favorites. Well, if you want to bring your own game and come and play that with us, then that's great. So, yeah.
Awesome. So who's all invited then?
Everyone's invited. We do try to emphasize that it's like a welcoming environment for lady-type nerds, or those that feel that they don't have a safe or welcoming environment to go to. It's totally for you people, whoever you are, and just really anyone. If you're a respectful, happy, like, just want to have a good time nerd, we're your people.
That's awesome.
Those are the best kind of people to geek out with, really.
Yeah.
Do you have to be a lady, or
No,
can you just, like,
you don't
want to hit on the ladies when I come check it out?
We don't encourage that.
I'm just thinking that could happen.
if people meet each other, I don't know. That's not my business. But yeah, it's just meant to be a safe, welcoming, respectful environment where like you don't have to be nerdy enough or you don't have to be anything. You can just show up and be you, and if you want to have fun and participate in whatever capacity you feel comfortable with, that's what we do. That's what we want to give people.
That
Awesome.
is awesome. So you mentioned yourself and the other ladies who run it. Yourself and Andrea met through Happy Harbor. How did the other ladies who started the business come into the group?
Well, Andrea, the other Sylvia, and Chris have all known each other way longer than I've known them. I kind of came to know them basically all through Happy Harbor, but I had like a weird segue into Happy Harbor where like I met Stephanie and Daniel at Steel Wheels one night when we were all very inebriated, and they were dressed up funny. And I was like, hey, you people are weird. And we started talking, and we found out we were both going to San Diego Comic-Con that same, like, in a couple of weeks. And it was weird, like, drunk people meeting in a lineup, getting pizza at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, you guys are weird, let's be friends. Oh, you're going to San Diego? Yeah, me too. Okay, cool. We are friends then. So,
Drunken Nerd Kismet for the win.
yeah, it was
This is the
super
best
strange.
kind of
So
Drunken
now I'm like,
Nerdness.
I'm still friends with all these people to this day, but that was kind of my segue into getting to know more people around the Happy Harbor community, and then ended up working there, and yeah. But it all started with 3 a.m. drunk pizza.
That is the most amazing story I've ever heard on this show. I would have to tell you. So I want to know how difficult is it to be a lady geek nowadays as opposed to being in sort of the past? Like, is there more equality now?
I don't know. I don't know if I would really like quantify it in a better or lesser or whatever. I think there's just more. Lady nerds have always been around. That's not new.
Yeah. Well,
like, but I
this
think
show
they're
is
just
filled
more.
with them all the time. I can't get rid of them off my show.
It's because we're awesome and you love us.
True. It's true. Anyways.
Well, and it's just, I think that women in geek culture are just more present now, and a little bit more, not even, I don't mean present in that they were or were not here before, but just they're more vocal about it. And they're a little bit, yeah, they're just like, well, we're here to deal with it, so if you have a problem, just go away, leave me alone. I'm still going to be a nerd, because it's just, you like what you like. It's, I don't know. What I like in these positive directions of like having ladies' nights or having like female creators like Gail Simone and Kelly Sue DeConnick being very positive about women's involvement in geek culture. I like that it makes it, not that it's more or less acceptable, just that you have a voice and you shouldn't be afraid, you shouldn't be put down, and if someone does put you down, you have a community of people that are saying, no, fuck that guy, you're cool, it's fine,
Do your thing.
And that's, I don't know, that's a lot better. Like, I remember going to a comic shop as a kid, and I didn't understand why everyone that worked at the comic shop hated me, but I got the vibe that they did, and I don't even know if that's true, but it was just like, oh, there's a girl buying comics, why is she here? It was very odd to have to deal with that when I just wanted to buy a book. Like, like, why did there have to be all of this, like,
The
pretense
stigma that had to go with it.
questioning and, like, would you even know this about Spider-Man? I'm like, I don't like Spider-Man. Like, you're a baby girl. I'm like, no, I
don't know it yet.
Spider-Man.
That's not buying the comic.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, there's still people that have negative experiences for various reasons, but I just hope that by having more inclusivity and diversity, that it gets better for everyone, because it's a hobby. It's fun. It's interesting. It's whatever you want it to be. It doesn't need to be an elitist thing.
So do you think we're getting closer to having equality between the sexes in the geek community? Or is that really like...
I don't know. I don't even know if I can comment. Because there's like a lot of awful stuff that still happens, and it's like almost like it's a pushback against like I've heard some criticism of us having a ladies' night, and they're like, well, dudes aren't invited. That's like sexist. And I'm like, well, no, dudes got the whole thing.
They have all the rest of the night for
one night where it's like, leave us alone and let us just do our thing, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know how to say if it's equal or not, but I just think that by creating...
And again, as per your earlier explanation, the whole point is to be inclusive and respectful. So regardless of lady, dude,
anywhere in between,
pancake, whatever you happen to be,
if
you're cool and respectful and
that's all that matters.
Come on down. Yeah.
Well, it's my own personal philosophy is just be a person, man. Just whatever person you need to be, just be a person. That's all you need to do. It'll be fine.
That's pretty great. I like that.
Be a person, man.
So, how long has Lady Geek Night how long have you guys been going on for now?
It'll be 2 years in April. So, or wait. Yes. 2? Uh-oh. Yes. I think 2. It could be 3. I'm pretty sure it's 2, though. Yeah, 2.
All right. Just testing.
Yeah, good question.
So now, Dan and you guys talked a little bit about your upcoming board game night. Tell us a little bit more about some of the other things you do when you get together and geek out. What are some of the past hangouts been? Any big plans for upcoming hangouts aside from board game night?
Well, yeah, so February we're doing board games. We're still kind of locking down the rest of the year, but we have things planned until I think July or August. And that's doing the monthly meetings on the first Thursday of every month at Happy Harbor, and every other month we're doing a book club on Sunday afternoons at Variant Edition. So those are kind of all being worked out. Stuff we've done in the past, like obviously board gaming is a big hit. Our cosplay events are a big hit, where we have cosplayers come in and either talk about what they do and showcase some of their stuff, or actually show you, like we had some live tutorials of like how to make armor out of
hacks.
Yeah. So we got to like show off what some of these people do. We did like different kinds of cosplayers. So like we had anime, superheroes, armor, like, and all kinds of neat shit. And then what else has been? The book clubs are going quite well. I'm really excited about those because I've always liked reading and sharing, and I like having a comic book club so I can talk about the stuff I like with people that also like it.
Well,
what are some of the
on that a little bit
during
for
that
us.
time?
So that was 2 questions at once.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the comic books that you would feature during that comic book?
Okay, so we did. The first one we did was She-Hulk, the Marvel Now She-Hulk, and yeah, that was kind of our first run at it, and that was a lot of fun. And then we did in the summer. I ran a erotic comics panel. So that
Fun.
it was great. And then we just did. We did Bitch Planet at Variant Edition. We had a Skype interview with Kelly Sue DeConnick, the creator of Bitch Planet, and that was so fucking cool.
That is so amazing.
Yeah, that was a super highlight for me last year. That was super fun. And then we did. We just did this like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. I should remember things.
I can't remember what I did Sunday, so I mean, really.
Oh, ha! We talked about Sex Criminals and Alex and Ada.
Sex Criminals is so great.
Trina's
Oh,
one of
Grimbers for
Trina's
life.
She's also very mad at me because I don't bring home enough. What's the other one? Beauty. She's
Oh,
like,
I haven't read that one yet.
it's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing that, and the next one we have coming up for book club is we're gonna do like a fantasy themed one. Like I tried to like put comics together that kind of made sense. So like I did Sex Crims and Alex and Ada because they were kind of relationship focused, little bit romance, and but kind of other stuff going on, a lot of heart to them. And then the next one we're doing is Rat Queens, cause it's awesome. And then we're gonna pair that with Swords of Sorrow, which is all the Dynamite like kind of boobs and blades characters, but done by female creators. And it was a fun event. So we're gonna do those two kind of fantasy titles next in March on a Sunday. I believe it is March 13th. I could be entirely wrong, but I think I'm right.
So what kind of comics and things are you personally interested in?
Well, I just named a bunch of them. That's why I made a book club. But I started, like when I was younger, I was super into Star Wars comics because I like lived and breathed Star Wars when I was in junior high and high school, and I would walk from my school to the comic shop because I grew up in Calgary, so I'd walk to the comic shop down the street from my high school and buy. I always bought things in trades because I was a poor kid and it was like more cost effective, even though you had to like save $20, which arguably isn't hard. And I did have a job. I don't know what I was doing with my money when I was like 14, but nothing good, I imagine.
Same thing I would do with my money at 14.
Yeah. So I started with a lot of Star Wars comics. I always kind of was surrounded by superheroes and stuff just by virtue of movies and toys and that kind of thing. And then I kind of moved on from Star Wars comics kind of into web comics and stuff that I really liked. Some of them made by friends, and then some of the more like popular ones. And then from there I got back into superheroes, and yeah, kind of now it's all over the place. Mostly I read stuff from Image Comics just because I really like the creator-owned stuff because I think there's a lot of room for interesting storytelling and great characters. So yeah.
I'm finding myself. I'm starting to like the Image stuff a little bit more now. I do like my superheroes though. I really do.
Yeah.
I can't stop reading books. I hate that. I gotta keep going. Gotta keep going.
Well, that was the thing about working at Happy Harbor is I felt like a drug dealer because I'm like, no, you need to read this. You need to add it to your file. It's fine.
Let me hook you up, man.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I got some new ones for you, like every week, and I'm like, oh, and they're like, but I can't afford this. I'm like, but it's so good.
I know. I fall into that hole.
Like a comic book library where you can just take them out, read them, and send them back.
We just need to petition the EPL to expand their
comic collection.
Their comic collection, because you can get. I know at least the EPL branch by Bonnie Doon does carry. I would probably say so, like one side of a set of stacks, one whole row of like one side of a set of stacks at Bonnie Doon is all comics and graphic novels, which is pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. So, hey, Edmonton Public Library, if you're listening, this is a shout out to you. Start stocking more comic books.
Yeah. Well, I know Happy Harbor they do like a library dealio where they go and talk to librarians, but like, oh, here are some comics that are super popular that you should stock. Also, don't put Archie next to The Walking Dead because not all comics are the same.
So true.
It does, yeah. They would do that. So, anyways, do we have any more questions for our lovely guest?
You guys have you've exhausted your list? Yeah?
I am.
Pretty much, yeah. Anything else you wanted to talk about, Sylvia? Anything on your mind or anything we missed?
No, just, yeah, we're on the social medias, so check us out, Lady Geeks Unite. We got a Facebook group so you can kind of share stuff that you find and have conversations. on Twitter at LGNYeg, which occasionally I'm super good at being on top of, and sometimes I'm not. Working on it. And we're building a new website so we can kind of have a more central hub for our information as we're doing more events. We want to do, in addition to our monthly meetings and the book club meetings, we want to work on having like a regular drink and draw, because a lot of us just want to hang out and socialize and that kind of thing. And like a lot of people are creators as well, so you kind of get that little creative network going. That can be fun. And then we might have some like ladies' nights out, and we try and go catch like a roller derby game, or go see a movie together, that kind of thing. So we are making a website so we can have a place for you to find all of that information.
That is awesome. Well, I think we will keep tabs on all this for sure.
Now, people coming out to enjoy the awesomeness of the monthly meetings and the book clubs, do you guys take suggestions if people are like, oh, hey, this might be really fun, or oh, I just read this and it would be totally super awesome?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. We just kind of do this, like we do it on a voluntary basis, and we do it in our free time and plan everything and get people together and that kind of thing. So if ever you have ideas and want to make us organizing this easier, A+, please do so. So, yeah, no, we're totally open to suggestions. It's about building community, and it's not about us making it happen. It's about all of us making it happen. So, yeah.
Hooray!
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we close out, I want to, make mention of a few other events that are happening around our city.
But one more time for good measure.
Yes.
When is the lovely Lady Geeks Unite board game night happening, Dan? It's on the event calendar. Let's start off with that.
So, February 4th is the board gaming.
Happening at?
Happy Harbor, which is downtown. And when is the other one? When is your other ones?
Sunday.
Like what? Our other events?
Yes.
Well, yeah, they're February 4th, and I'm pretty sure. This is such a great plug. I don't even know. March 13th, I believe, is our book club. It's a Sunday at Variant Edition. We will be on the social medias about it.
All right. Awesome. Well.
What other nerdy events do we have coming up, Dan?
Okay, so now our events. So we have the video game championships that are happening on February 7th. That is the qualifier number 3. So if you like video games and you're into that kind of stuff, go check that out.
Classic video games.
Classic video games. And
aren't they?
Big Doug and Gallagher.
And on top of that, we are going to have them as a guest next week.
Woohoo!
On the Nerdcast. So don't
Miss it.
Don't miss it. That's don't tune in. No, don't miss that show, because it's going to be awesome, because we're going to have them on next week. And of course, Godfest is the board game festival that's happening in April, and their registration is now open. So go and check them out, and you can check all those wonderful events at our event calendar. I want to make mention of one other event, just because I think it's kind of fitting. There's a first annual game date night over at Avalon Nights. Now, Trina was really upset about this because that was her idea.
Totally my idea. I didn't tell anybody but you, but totally thinking it would work.
Yeah, she was telling me like 2 days before this popped up on our newsfeed that she wanted to do a date night, a speed dating night. So basically, this is it. This is speed dating, speed gaming, all wrapped in one. It's each table we set up with a quick, easy, fun 2-player game. Men and women both paired off to play a game together for 30 minutes at a time, and before everyone is shuffled. And they will do this throughout the evening until everyone has had a chance to meet, and that's a $10 entry fee, and women getting free. And that is at Avalon Nights.
I know why they. $10 admission, but not for women.
No, not for women. So yes, there you go. If you want to date night, or go meet some people. That is a good place to do it, I guess. Board gaming is amazing, and it brings people together.
It does.
It
Or
does bring
them
people
apart.
together.
Yes, and this is where you will find that out.
Yeah.
Will this rip you apart immediately?
Or keep you together.
That's it. I mean, you
If-
can
if
find your
you
true
can-
love over a game of.
If you can bond while kicking each other's butts over a board game, you got something there, kids.
Yeah. You guys could be like playing Netrunner together, and all of a sudden find true love.
Netrunner is super fun. I
It
believe.
is. It really is. I have it on my board down there somewhere. Anyways, it's what?
In the mess.
It's in the mess of giant board game pile over there.
So, Dan,
Yes.
where can our wonderful viewers and listeners, who are the reason we do this and who are awesome nerds like us, where can they find us on the interwebs?
Oh, we are on our own little website. We have our own little corner of the interwebs. So you guys can check us out at northernnerdnetwork.com.
It's an amazing website that Dan made.
Yes, thanks you Squarespace for that. Anyways, I'm not a plug for that. Just actually that's what I used. Anyways, you guys can also find us on the YouTubes because that's where we do a lot of our stuff. And that is at youtube.com/northernnerdnetwork. You guys can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/northernnerd. And then Twitter at northern_nerd. We're also on Instagram and I don't know, some other places, but I don't have that listed on my sheet.
iTunes!
And iTunes, yes. iTunes. I keep forgetting that we actually have an audio podcast. Check that out because this is actually going to be ripped out of the video form and put
Dan
into an
does
audio form.
all the amazing hard work of ripping the audio from our video podcast and turning it into an audio podcast just for you people who want to listen on the go. You're so lucky.
Or for those people that don't want to actually look at our faces.
Ugh, yeah. We are pretty frightening.
But I don't know. I don't understand why. I mean, you guys can just turn. If you could turn me off and just watch Chelsea and Sylvia and Trina, I should have just done that tonight. That would have been so much better for everyone. So beautiful, wonderful people on here. Anyways, that's about it. I want to thank everybody out there for watching and listening to this edition of the Nerdcast.
Thank you so much, Sylvia, for joining us. It was
Yes.
amazing having you on to talk about Lady Geeks and Lady Geeks Unite and the awesomeness of respectful, inclusive nerdiness. So thank you.
No, thank you for having me. This was fun.
Very awesome guest. Very awesome. Anyways, that's it. That's all. I want to thank everyone for joining us, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye!